everyone. I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you have an incredible day. I'm here to do an intuitive card reading about today's energies to see what insights, guidance, and messages the universe wants to share with us. So let's take a look at the cards and see what we should know. Okay. We have convince yourself, not others. Yeah, convincing others doesn't really go that well. Like, it might work in the short term, but there are some people who are just going to believe what they believe, and they're not going to listen to what anyone else has to say. Like, my family, they're so convinced that they're right that they refuse to listen to anything, and they'll just, like, scream and go to war and, like, die on that hill, even if, like, all this is coming up that they're wrong. Like, at the end of the day, it just can be like so draining and a waste of time, energy, and your breath to try to, talk to other people, to have those open conversations, because they're not going to be convinced. So focus on yourself, focus on internal validation, focus on internal approval and self-worth and self-confidence and self-knowing, because you're the one you're going to be with your whole life. Yeah, you have your family and they've known you since you were little and all that, but you're the only one who's going to be with you your entire life. It's not to say other people don't matter, that, you should disregard them, that you should disrespect them, you should be unkind to them, nothing like that. They can have insight that, could help you, but at the end of the day, be more concerned with yourself, your well-being, your peace of mind, what truly matters to you, showing up as your best self, living from integrity, knowing that you know who you are, you know what's best for you, and you're not going to settle for less. You're not going to sell yourself out just to make other people happy. Yeah, the need to clarify, explain, or justify oneself is a personal relationship that is always self-serving. What's important is knowing the truth about why you felt the need, because it often points to insecurities that could be dealt with more effective ways. Yeah, like, I know I've talked about that toxic group and the narcissist before in this channel, but they always were trying to convince everyone else that they're right. They're always trying to weave those tales to, coerce people, to manipulate people into going to their side, because honestly, they are very insecure. They are very unhappy. They are very, like, unstable with how they go about life. Just, like, it feels like the littlest breeze, the littlest nudge, the littlest poke could send them spiraling, and they love to put on that front, like, they're confident, like, they know what's best, but, like, they're very insecure, and they are going to just, like, rip people to shreds and be like, no, this is why I'm right, and they get so aggressive and intense and, like, get into all these fights. Like, that's what the narcissist did the other day, apparently. It's like fighting all these people publicly about how what happened was wrong to this one person who got banned, even though that person was being abusive to other people, including me. They were one of the people in the toxic group that was very abusive to me, and no, it's not because they were doing it to me that it happened. It's because the person decided to get abusive with the creator's husband, who is the main moderator of the server. So it's like, yeah, like, truth is truth, and your actions have natural consequences, and I don't think there's any way to convince other people who know the truth, that know the reality of the situation, that you're actually right. And so just knowing your own personal truth, knowing yourself, knowing what truly matters to you, and not being swayed by the external is really important. That's not to say that, you should be so, like, tripling, quadrupling down like that group, and, like, not hearing important feedback and insight from other people of it, like how you're harming other people. You should be open to that, but you should also stand in your truth to the point where it's like when they would try to invalidate all these people, it's like, oh yeah, you don't know what's right. This is actually what happened. I'm going to tell you what happened because this is my version and this is what I want it to be. And I'm going to rewrite history. And it's like, that's not how it works. The truth is the truth. And so there are going to be people who try to convince you to, you know, deny your truth, deny what actually happened. But you don't need to worry about them. Keep on going. You can separate from them. You don't need to be around them. You don't need to put up with that nonsense. You can keep going your path of truth and integrity. Even if other people do not get it. Even if they might lash out at you and criticize you and try to tell you all the reasons you're wrong because they know better and, you know, you're just being so unreasonable and hurtful and all these things. It's like, I'm being unreasonable and hurtful by speaking up and holding healthy boundaries. Okay, if you say so. But yeah, like, convince yourself, not others. There are going to be people like that toxic group in my family that are just not going to listen. So you don't need to waste your time, energy, and attention. That if you did try to talk to them multiple times, like you may have planted seeds that will grow later, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, you know? So I'm wishing you all a wonderful rest of your day. Please take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.